Howdy! Guess what I got in my hands? And I have the author on the set with us. Joey Jones is here. And this is Joey's first book, A Bridge Apart. So we're going to talk a bit about that first. And then we're going to come back and talk about this new one that actually is not even out yet.
That's right.
This is your one and only copy.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that one a little bit, about where folks are, when we can expect that one. But let's talk about A Bridge Apart. What gave you the idea to write this story, and how long did it take you to write?
Well, it took me a year, all in all, to write the story. And believe it or not, I wrote this story about 13 years ago. And completely finished it and just kind of tinkered with it off and on throughout the years. And I just eventually said, hey, if I don't publish this book, I never will. So that's kind of the story behind that. It was probably ready to be published 13 years ago. I didn't change a whole lot during that time frame, but it just the timing was right for it to be published in 2015.
What makes you want to write, Joey?
Well, I love it. That's the main thing. I have a passion for it. When I sit down to write, I just enjoy it, and I get caught up in the stories that I'm writing, and that's the best answer I have for that question.
You just get caught up in it?
Yeah.
I mean, do these characters? Do you start off? Did you start off in this book when Andrew woke up that morning? Mm-hmm. Now, is Andrew in your head and he kind of directs where he's going, or do you? I mean, I've had other folks say, well, it's weird, they kind of lead me. Does that happen with you, or do you have like the whole story in mind before you ever write the first word?
I would say both.
Okay.
I know who I want Andrew to be, and I know where I want him to go. But as the story begins, Andrew kind of goes where he wants to go. So I'm somewhat following a guided path, but then he's creating his own path at the same time. So I don't want to put limits on a character or on a story, so I definitely just follow where he goes.
I started off laughing at this dude. I mean, I'm going to give away the very beginning of the book. They're
That's okay.
His wife wakes up and they're about to have their first baby. He's going, couldn't you have waited until I've at least had my coffee and had time to brush my teeth?
Yeah.
So I started off this book with happy, because it's a happy thing that's taking place. And then you get so involved, and I got so involved and so wrapped up in his life and where he went over the course of forever.
Yes. He had quite a journey in this book, didn't he?
He did. Now, are you going to drop him, or is he going to come back?
He'll probably come back. My readers have been asking for a sequel.
I need him to come back.
And so, yeah, that's what I hear a lot. And so I don't have exact plans to what I'll write, but I definitely think that I owe it to the readers to write a sequel to A Bridge Apart.
I like Tom White down is an author that I love. And there are other authors who build characters, they start them, and then they take them through, and you're able to live their lives with them as they go through. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to see that happen with Andrew.
Yeah, well, that's neat to have that relationship with the character as a reader.
Yeah.
I think most of us do, and I do as a writer as well.
Well, you have to.
And I think we all see them a little bit differently, so that's neat, and that's why I love talking to readers about how do you perceive the character, and a lot of times it's totally different than how I see the character.
I got pretty mad at him in this book too.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah. I mean, I got really mad at him.
There's some ups and downs and some reasons to get mad. I laughed
a little bit, I cried a little bit, and then I thought, if I could reach you, I'd just smack you.
Yeah.
But that means it's a good book.
Yeah, well, thank you.
If you're that involved in it, and it gets to the point that I was connected with those characters.
Yeah, and that's one of my goals when I write. I want to be able to emotionally connect with the characters myself, and have the reader be able to do that as well, and just kind of go through those ups and downs with the characters in the book.
Now, we have this one. We have Losing London that we're going to talk about. Are you working on a third one now?
I am. I've just started it. I've put together an outline. I never did an outline for A Bridge Apart or Losing London. I'm kind of trying things a little bit different here.
Wow,
and
this is working.
It is working. That's true. So we'll see. I may go back to that, but I kind of have a rough idea of what I want to do with the third book.
Is it the same kind of story?
It is. Okay. It's a suspenseful love story, and that's kind of my theme, and that's what I enjoy, and that's what has worked so far. So I'm going to stick with that.
Now, are you a full-time author now?
I am. As of February, I'm a full-time author.
Wow.
Yes.
Is it your job? I mean, do you get up every morning and go, okay, I'm going to write for 3 hours today, or I'm going to write for an hour? How do you do that?
Yeah, right now I don't have a real strict schedule with when I'm going to write. I've been so busy trying to publish Losing London. You know, the last 3 or 4 months were spent on editing and just the whole publishing process. So I didn't get to do much writing. When I do get to write, I like to sit down for 3 to 5 hours and just plug away at it. I put away my cell phone and everything else and stay away from email and just lock myself up and write. And that's how it works best for me.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
It is.
I mean,
Thank
this
you.
book is excellent.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's a huge compliment.
Now, and then we have Losing London, and this is just coming out.
Yes, it should be out late October, so really close, but not quite there yet.
Okay. When we come back after the break, we'll talk a little bit about Losing London and where. I've already read a line, and he won't leave me with this book. This is his one and only copy, and I'm not going to get to have it.
Take that
So
one home.
you have to take it home. But I just think that it's amazing. You're a wonderful writer. But how can folks get your books?
Well, the best place to go is my website. It's joey-jones.com, and they're also available on Amazon.
Okay. So, folks, A Bridge Apart is out now. You can get it now. And Losing London is going to be out the end of October. So put Joey Jones on your list of new favorite authors.
Yes.
I am.
Please do.
So will you come back when this book actually comes out?
I would love to.
Okay.
Definitely.
That'll be great. And we'll talk to Joey more then. And we'll be back with more Downeast Today in just a moment. Don't forget.